Hey YouTube, how's it going? Mevlin back here again with another Epic 7 video, and this one's all about Kawerik. So we all know that Kawerik is getting buffed in a couple days, but I wanted to show a quick preview of how I'm going to build Kawerik and how I'm going to use him in high level RTA. This is probably not the build that I will be using. I'll probably go for a super speedy, high bulk, have immunity, and high effectiveness build. He's going to do a little bit of damage. I'll probably have some damage stats somewhere just because he has some crit, and I might as well use that. But his primary role is going to be disruption. So how I'm going to use Kawerik is a lot similar to how people use their flurries. People use their flurries to disrupt one unit from doing their thing. Flurries S3 is going to strip plus provide you with that provoke and death break. Kawerik, on the other hand, will give you increased cooldown while stripping 2 buffs. I don't think Kawerik's S2 is as good as Flurry's S3, but there are some advantages to it. First of all, Kawerik's S2 cannot be cleansed. Once you increase someone's cooldown, there's no cleansing that. Also, there are a lot of units in the game that are meta that require their skills to be off cooldowns to work. Something like ML Ball and Spez when he gets a buff, and even like ML Haste giving you that 10% mitigation when his S3 is off cooldown. Kawerik can stop those passives from activating by increasing the cooldown. So one thing to note about RTA is you don't guarantee to bring the units that you want to play with. Sometimes you get a stripper, sometimes you don't. What's great about Kawerik is that if you were able to bring strippers into your team, you can use that stripper to S3 with Kawerik, and if you have the right exclusive equipment after his buff, he's gonna silence and blind the entire team. If you don't have strippers, then you can just S2 and disrupt one person. And I just want to emphasize how good it is to have multiple turn 1 options, specifically for RTA. So for the exclusive equipment, I truly believe that the blind on S3 is the best one, and for his artifact, I'm trying out Etika's Scepter, see if it works on him. I don't really want to talk about his build right now because this is not his final form. I am just trying him out pre-buff. Once his buff comes up, I'm going to play the crap out of him, and once I finish that, learn how to play Kawerik properly, I will show you guys my full build for Kawerik. This fight is going to be against Ravensight. We're both sitting at high champion, both pretty close to legend, so this is going to be a good fight. I ended up getting first pick, so I picked my Bazaar. Like always, I love my Bazaar. He goes ahead and grabs 2 knights. He grabs Eros and the blue crow. Pretty safe pick here. I don't know what he's trying to do. Probably just going to booze her up. So I go ahead and grab Landy. Landy not too good into Ross, but really good into Crow, because Crow has so many buffs that Landy can take advantage of, and I also take my DN. DN really good with Landy, just because you're getting all the buffs, right? You're giving attack buff to your Landy, and you're giving speed buff to your DN, so she can cycle even faster. And also, I already got 2 DN counters here in the form of Bazaar and Landy, so he can't use Bazaar and Landy to counter my DN anymore. But since I got double green, he goes ahead and grabs Fire Ravi. I really hate that hero because I have too many greens in my team. And he goes ahead and grabs Alencia as well. Alencia is so strong in my team, specifically my way of drafting, which is very buff heavy, and Alencia can just strip that completely. Fairly annoying. So I'm kind of scared of Alencia and the Ravi. I go ahead and grab Kisei for that Fire Ravi. And I go ahead and grab my Kawerik for the Alencia. I want to try it out. If I can reset that Alencia, it does nothing to my team. She can't strip my team buffs anymore, and I could probably cycle enough, especially since Kawerik has Etika's Scepter, to S2 the Alencia over and over. So that was my plan here. He goes ahead and grabs the G-Purgus, which is really annoying to my team. I just don't like G-Purgus just because, you know, I like taking my turns over and over, and G-Purgus stops me from doing that. So I just go ahead and ban the G-Purg. Depending on his ban, I might get countered by something, but I just don't want to deal with the G-Purg here. And he bans my Kisei, so that Fire Ravi could be a lot of trouble for me. Alright, the fight's going to start off, and I obviously take turn 1 with my Bazaar since his entire team is fairly slow. I'm going to S3. He doesn't actually have a lot of immunity on his team. I missed the Roz, but I end up stunning the Roz and the Crow, which is fairly sweet, so there's no reason for me to S3 here. I'm going to S2 that Alencia, because that's the point of why I brought my Kawerik here. That way I can reset the Alencia. She can't do anything. I'm going to S3 on my DN, and now I have my entire plan set up. I'm gonna have so many buffs. I'm gonna have a speed buff, attack buff, anti-crit, and I'm just gonna cycle the entire team. I'm gonna S3 on my Landy. Yeah, this is what I wanted, speed buff. The Robbie's gonna take a turn, but if he stuns anything, I'm just gonna cleanse that on my DN here. Also gonna heal my Landy as well, and I think my Kawerik, no, pretty close. My Kawerik was close to lapping that one, but you know, the fact that I was about to take a turn before his Lancet was taking a turn was kind of insane. I do pop my, I think, a Scepter here. I'm gonna S3, hope to blind some people. Probably just 2 I care about, which I end up finding the people that I wanted, which is the Alencia and the Fire Ravi. I'm gonna S2 on my Bazaar as well. Probably shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have saved it. That way I could have blinded them afterwards, because they're already blinded from the Kawerik, right? So attack down doesn't really matter. I'm gonna S2 the Alencia. A lot of people wonder why I bring Bazaar with Landy. Just speed buff. That's about it. Like, it doesn't really matter if you don't get to cycle with, you know, you don't get the reset on an S3. That's kind of whatever. That speed buff is just OP. So he's gonna try to kill my Landy here ASAP, because he did see that my Kawerik has 10k health. He's fairly tanky, so I'm just gonna S1. I'm just gonna kill this Alencia before he can do anything. That way I don't have to deal with it. I really don't want my buffs to be removed here. The Fire Ravi is blinded. I think he missed quite a lot there. Yeah, like, it's not gonna stun anything here, but that's because she missed most of it, or didn't proc, or, you know, I'm not really sure. There was like too many things there happening. So I'm gonna kill the Lancet here. Also to note that Kawerik's S1 is like a 75% silence. That's really strong. That's almost in the same level as FCC's S1. FCC's S1 is insane. It's 100% provoke, and Kawerik's is 75% silence. That's pretty close to me. So I'm just gonna try to kill the Crow now. He's probably gonna try to kill something, but I think he really wants to kill my Landy here, because he knows that's like my only source of DPS. But it's water into green. I do have Proof of Valor, and it ends up missing. I wonder if the miss mattered there. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I think I would have probably survived, but probably would have died here from the Ross. So that miss was kind of lucky, I'm not gonna lie. Now he ends up S3ing on the Adventure Ross, giving himself the wanted defense buff. Probably should have gotten defense buff earlier. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna try to kill this. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to kill this Crow. I do end up stunning it, so I guess there's no reason for me to kill the Crow anymore. I have S2 here, but you remember I could only dispel 1 buff at a time. So if I S2 the Ross, I don't know which buff is gonna get removed. I end up removing the immunity though, which is really unfortunate, and now the Ross cannot give that immunity onto, he's not going to be able to S2 here, which is amazing, right? So because he's no longer giving immunity onto the Fire Ravi, so I could potentially blind it with either Bazaar or my Kawerik. Ravi takes a turn, S1 into Landy, didn't end up not stunning this time, and no crits either. I have Soul Burn Landy, S3, again, speed buff again, and really good, plus CR push is really good too. I'm a Soul Burn just so that, you know, she's my DPS, so I might as well do as much damage as I can. End up killing the Crow there. Might as well kill the, yeah, I'm gonna kill the Ross first. It's fire, maybe I should have hit the Ravi here. I'm not really sure what was the right play here, but I did it. I hit the Ross. I'm gonna S2 on my DN, get a little bit of healing from my Rod, plus a barrier, and I don't have any skills yet ready yet, so I'm just gonna S1 the Ross. Didn't proc a silence. I do need to skill up my Kawerik's S1 though. I need to max that silence. That silence could be clutch in a lot of situations. I don't need to I don't know. I guess S2 or S3 here. Doesn't really matter, I think. Yeah, I don't really think that it matters too much, because it's fire, right? It's probably not gonna hit. But I end up hitting the Fire Ravi, which is huge, because I could remove the defense buff from her. That way I could deal more damage and end up sending the Ross again. Oh, Bazaar is just so good. Hey, I don't know why you guys don't use Bazaar. I feel like he's broken. I don't know, or maybe it's just my Bazaar. Probably just my Bazaar. Park my Etikas there, so now I could blind the Fire Ravi. I'm gonna S3. Well, yeah, what's important here is blinding Fire, which I managed to land. Also killed the A Ross there, and it hits my Landy, but no stun. Ends up critting as well. I'm gonna S2, hope for a stun. Didn't do anything because I missed. I'm gonna S3 on my Landy Soul Burn. Hope that to hit the, you know, just hit fire. I think that's how you win. Just hit fire. Just hit limitless advantage. And I think I actually do it twice here too, and that's a game. But this is just a short Kawerik preview. So Kawerik actually did a lot here. Blinds plus stopping the Alencia. He countered the Alencia completely all by himself. And that's the end of the video. I know this is a short video compared to my other ones. I usually like having multiple fights on my videos, but this one is just a short preview of Kawerik, since, you know, he's gonna get buffed soon. So I'm going to need to figure out what different team comps I want to run him with and what different situations he's really good at. Anyways, until then, hope you guys like this video. If you do want to support my content, hit me with that like and subscribe, maybe a comment. If you guys want to check me out on Twitch as well, hit me with a follow, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.